Hello everybody, I have another deck for you today. This time it's going to be a Crack and Crate Lippy Goodman deck. This one was made by Nurgard and Wasubi, two pretty high level Gwent players, termed the Nursubi deck officially by them. And this deck's become pretty popular, lots of other people have played it, have made guides for it and such. But I figured I would give it my, attention and time to shine here on the YouTube channel. Did feel like playing a bit of Lippy since I haven't really looked at the card before, I haven't really tried it out. It does hurt my brain to even think about how you play it, but effectively the idea is you play a lot of really good cards, you play some lower provision, not so good cards. We can see here stuff like Wolfpack and the Pirate Captains. You play some filler. Skellige filler is pretty good compared to other factions' filler cards, but you play those, you play some really high provision good stuff, like Professional, Olaf, Heim combo, Donar, Roach, Ifrit, you get the idea, Morkvarg, and you don't play the typical stuff like Deran, instead you're playing Lippy to facilitate getting the Morkvarg out, thinning your deck of the bad cards, and it allows you to play your good cards in both round 1 and round 2 or 3 as well. So you effectively get to double dip on the value that you have in your deck. Very, very powerful effect. Hard to play around for the opponent and allows you to push really hard in round 1 and later on as well, as long as you have a decent hand. So, what are the cards here? Well, we've already been over some of them. Professional is a nice value card. Olaf Heim is a pretty cool combo. Heim can find value on its own as well, as can Olaf. And, we have Morkvarg, Ifrit for some big removal value, 8 points apiece and 4 damage is very powerful. We have Burner to combo with Skirmishers, of course, and Skalds as well, although most of these cards are used as filler a lot of the time, and you're going to be wanting to get them out of your hand, discard them if possible, with that Lippy effect. Lippy, of course, is the main man himself in the deck. I don't have the premium, very sadly. I know I haven't played Thronebreaker really too much. But very powerful effect. You want to play this in round 2 almost every time. In fact, I think that's the only time you can play him, really. Just to make sure your deck is as strong as it can be and to thin out those bad cards, as we've already said. And yeah, the rest of the idea is you got Crack to enable the Bloodthirst on some of the cards here. Otherwise, yeah, pretty straightforward all around. Play those Witchers, play those other goals in round 1, Lippy in round 2. It should be pretty good. Let's jump into a game or two and see how it goes. Okay, Unseen Elder going to be our first opponent here. Going to be a bit of a weird one. We might go for the 2-0 strategy if we're able to win round 1. Elder is obviously wanting to go 3 rounds with his ability most of the time. Roach we can get rid of course, and we want to really make sure we don't brick our Witchers. So I think we're going to actually keep this. Just try to play out all of our really high value goals that we have here. Witchers, Chironex, Ifrit, Olaf maybe as well, and even Burner might be a consideration. We can also play the Longship and the Pirate Captain if we don't mind having those back in our deck later. We probably will need to do that here to get the value that we need. But I think we can start with the Witchers. Of course use our Crack ability as well. Just to do the thinning. We do also need to of course find the Lippy. That is pretty key. If you don't have him, you're not going to be able to use him in round 2. So we'll do some thinning with Burner, maybe Skald as well if we have to. But here I think Longship is good. Try to kill this Arc Spore, of course, if he doesn't thrive with it. Otherwise we can enable Pirate Captain and be happy with that. Gonna be enabling his Harpies right now. And that's fine. We'll just make sure we shoot a couple of things here. And I think Burner is a good, straightforward play to make. There's our Lippy, so we can definitely get rid of the 2 Skirmishers. We're going to want to mulligan away the Morkvarg because when he's put into the graveyard with Lippy, he'll respawn in round 2 automatically. Roach will also come out, and that can create a really high tempo 11-point play with the Lippy himself. So very, very powerful. Going to be Hounds, and now we're just really going to try to push the advantage here, guys, with our golds as we talked about earlier. So we'll throw out a Chironex now. I have no reason not to. We'll take the highest unit as well, I think, if possible. We're going to damage his guys, make him a bit scared of a wild boar. He might even take a pass here, and if he does, well, obviously our Lippy is going to be really powerful. There's a crone. He is getting a lot of points here, so we might be forced to pass at some point. Olaf, though, I think is a pretty good play to go with. Gonna keep damaging stuff. We could have killed the Arcspore, I suppose, if we think the Thrive value is going to be worth a lot. I think it'll be okay, though. And that's going to be a pass from the opponent. Really, really nice stuff. So here we can either play the Ifrit or the Pirate Captain. Probably playing Pirate Captain is fine. We don't really mind having this guy back in our deck. Now going to be able to mulligan away Morkvark and play that Lippy and get a lot of points with him, and then, you know, of course, make our deck absolutely insanely strong as well. As long as we don't draw too many bad cards here, we should be in good shape. So I think we're going to mulligan this Morkvark away. And then we can discard the Marauder with the Skull. I don't think that's going to be too useful. So we'll get rid of Pirate Captain as well to try to draw some of our good cards. We are going to, unfortunately, get rid of Professional Ulfodin here. But we're going to play the Lippy anyway. You see, we get it as a 10-point play, sorry, not 11. But now our deck is effectively the only the stuff that we played last round, which were Witches, Burner, and these 8-point cards. So very, very powerful. We're going to draw into our deck with the Skald, and then we'll see where we go from there. But we probably want to push a little bit here. If we can go all the way here, it would be nice because we'll deny the Elder value, which often is kind of worth a card. We'll see though, because we have the Heim, which we don't really want to use now. Burner also will probably be more value next turn, so we'll see how it goes. We might take a pass, we might not. Just being able to play your good cards multiple times is so powerful, guys. It really is. It's going to be a crone. I actually think we take the pass now here, right? We're going to be able to draw into that Heim Olaf combo, hopefully. Along with our Witches and all the other powerful stuff. And we should have a pretty good long round with the Crack and the long ship to enable stuff like Donar. We'd rather have a longer round than a shorter round with the Crack abilities, so that's why I'm choosing to pass that. Be careful not to brick here though, of course, so Witcher can go away. And we can probably keep the rest, although I would like to get rid of a long ship. I'm going to take the risk, get that Olaf for the Heim. It's very nice. I might actually be able to pull that combo off, which is pretty sweet. Gets you quite a lot of points. That is a random spear, but okay. We'll play our long ship. Spear and Unseen Elder is a bit weird. Maybe actually long ship's wrong and we could have gone Witches to deny like a Manticore play, but I don't think it's too much of a problem, to be honest. Ooh, Frightener, what's going on here? Looks like he's trying to not be vulnerable to any of my damage, I guess. Bit weird. Witches now seems good, then we can go Burner if we want. And it should be looking quite nice. We might have to discard a good card, I suppose, if we draw two good cards here, but it should be fine. That Frightener is very scary, I can't remove it, so it's going to be 12 points for him probably, which is a lot in around 3. But, you know, don't forget that most of our cards here are very strong, so we should be okay. But who knows. Olaf 8 and then Heim effectively is, yeah, another 8 pretty much. So we've got lots and lots of high power cards. Some removal, of course, to deal with engines and whatever he might have. That's the beauty of playing Crack and long ships, is you can just kill a lot of engines naturally. You don't even have to, you know, worry. And I think that Werecat is, you know, worthy of death, because the Thrive otherwise will be worth quite a few points. We'll obviously proc the, or begin to proc the Frightener, but that's okay. I think Burner time now, in case we like want to play a long ship or something. But okay, we're going to discard those two, they're not very valuable. We've got all of our 8-point cards again that we had in round 1. We'll be able to really use those to great effect here. If he plays any units that I can actually kill, which I'd assume he would, because he has Elder available, but who knows. That is going to be an egg. So I think we'll go with the Olaf now. I don't really have any need to kill that. And we might want to damage our own Olaf with the Crack next turn. Enable the Heim. Unfortunately our Heim cannot hit the opponent's, you know, Frightener. That would be really amazing if it could, but it can't. And what do we go for here? I mean, we could even play Donar. I actually kind of like that idea because it will make sure his Manticore hits one of our 1-point dudes as its Death Wish, which is really weak. And also we won't have to worry about the Donar later, right? Won't have to worry about Donar getting the Bloodthirst value. I don't know, we could have definitely played a 4 there as well, but I don't mind this. We might end up losing a point, I suppose, in theory. Which could make or break the game, it's true. Really could. That's going to be a K-run. Flipping over the Frighten, that's a lot of points. We do have a couple of really big plays still available, but he might do as well with that K-run, of course. So yeah, I guess we're in a kind of an awkward spot with how we played the Donar there, because we could have killed this K-run this turn if we hadn't done that. But I don't think it's the end of the world. So we could actually Heim now if we wanted to, but I don't think he'll have a way to kill this next turn. It should be very unlikely, right? That being said, maybe it's just a safe play, to be honest. Yeah, we probably should, right? Okay, let's do it. Wombo combo. That is very, very strong. We're now ahead in points after he did that monstrous turn. It shows the power of having like only, you know, really good cards left. But okay, there's a professional. I was thinking maybe he had that, because like hitting Olaf is a bit weird otherwise. So we'll see if we have it. He does have quite a few points potentially available here. Maybe I should be trying to kill the Kieran, but I don't think it matters too much at this stage. He might actually have us beat. That professional was really damn painful. Maybe I should have saved the Heim combo for the end to play around that, but what can you do? Also missing some Donar points was not ideal. And damn, we got kind of wrecked there in that round 3. Definitely denied a lot of points with the Spear and Frightener as well. A little bit surprised that that was a loss, but okay. Let's roll into another game and see if we can get a different result. Okay, now we're up against me. Should be an interesting one. The me versus Crack, of course, is kind of the mirror match in a weird way. If you see what I mean. So let's try to... We've got a really bad hand here, guys. I think we should try to remove some of these wolf packs, although we can discard them if we don't worry about putting them in our deck again with Lippy. I think we will get rid of Roach as well, though. We'll want to do that, and just hope that we don't draw witches. We do miss them, so that's nice. Yeah, I mean, this is a bit of a worrying hand. We don't really have the good cards that we love to see, but whatever. We'll start with the Longship. Try to remove any engines that the opponent plays. With the Longships and the Pirate Captain.
Awaiting your orders.
It's going to be Tridem to start things off. So I think we'll damage and just throw down another Longship. We'll make sure we can kill stuff. I could have shot again, but I don't think I'll need to. It's unlikely we're going to be able to kill this without using a Pirate Captain anyway. It's going to be a Botchling, which we can actually deal with very easily, so we probably do that. By very easily, I mean we just play the Donar.
Calm yourselves.
Shutting that down is probably quite important for winning the round, and if we are able to win the round, we're going to be able to push, and then hopefully get Hubert from the opponent, which would be nice. Alright. Opponent's making it really tricky to actually deal with this Tridem, but that's okay. We'll keep shooting, and eventually he'll die, I assume. Witches now sound good to me. Could maybe play Skuld onto Morkvarg as well. And Olaf, of course. Ulfadin, also viable this round if we need some points. It's going to be a reinforced Trebuchet, which isn't too bad for us. We can kill that with the Longship into Pirate Captain. We're going to do that now. We're very far ahead in points because we're shutting down these engines. And playing our good cards in round 1, of course. It's quite a nice feeling not having to hold on to your good stuff. Just being able to throw it out, kill stuff with it. And that is an engine that we actually can't deal with. If you want to call it an engine, that is. I think we'll just play our Olaf here. Really interested in getting the points. And Okvist onto Olaf gives him a little bit of extra value that he normally wouldn't get. Because he can use his effect to boost by 2. Pretty good. And the opponent's going to keep playing here, which is kind of surprising, to be quite honest. That Ike, I think we actually remove with Ulfheden. I really want to win this round, you know, because we're a Lippy deck. We want to win and then hopefully push him really hard around 2. We also know he doesn't have Synthesis in hand right now from that Ike play. It's good information to have. Obviously going to do the maths and see whether he can actually make it. He's got 9 extra points here, so quite a few. But he does need 19 from 2 cards, which is quite a lot. He does have Meave as well, of course, but see if he can do it. If not, we can take a nice pass. And maybe we'll just win the round here. But yeah, Lippy, you want to just really push round 1. You have the tools to do it, and you can play all your good cards. It's pretty cool. So that's a 9-point play, so he needs 10 points effectively, or rather 9 now. Does he have a 9-point play, do we think? I think it's unlikely. If he does, it will be Hubert. So I'm going to take a pass. There's not too much else that we get there. I guess Sabrina does. That is quite powerful. Cave is now in the control of Meave, but I don't think that's necessarily the end of the world. We'll still be able to Lippy round 2, whether or not they push. If we do draw Lippy, that is. And in fact, we might not be getting it this game, which is a bit weird. Could mulligan one of these guys as well. So we might just have to go for like a weird value hand here. It's going to be a bit strange. Since we haven't drawn the Lippy, we're going to have to just rely on the value of the cards we have left, I think. Bit of a weird one. We'll see how it goes, though. We weren't able to win round 1, so that can cause you problems. There is Lippy now. Do we want him is the question. He's not too bad, and if we put our good cards into our deck again, we can use them. So I think we will mulligan the Morkvarg here, and then the Skald. And we can play that Lippy and pull Morkvarg out the deck, swap it with our kind of really crappy deck, and then we'll be able to burn her for much more value. So even a Lippy in round 3 isn't too bad, it turns out. Look at that, we do get 10 points from him still. And it enables Burner to hopefully find even Sabrina might be good for us. That's pretty funny. So that is an Avalak. I think we do want to deal with that using Professional, otherwise Corvo can be very, very dangerous. Just kill him immediately. Maybe not a good idea for him to boost, but if he doesn't, then we kill it with Crack and a 4 damaging effect. So I don't think we care too much if he gives something Zeal. Maybe we do. Yeah, maybe we do. I don't know. Do we? I don't think so. We'll just shoot with this and then play Burner. Get rid of the 2 skirmishers. This deck is working pretty damn well, I must say. It's pretty cool how it works. Unfortunately, we didn't draw any of our good cards there. We got Witches and Ulfheden and all this, but that is unfortunate. Oh well, could have been worse. We didn't get the Marauder, so not a dead card. And there's Corvo. So we can definitely just kill him. That feels really, really good. And of course we don't have to worry about Sabrina or Okvist, which are the kind of really scary cards when used in conjunction with Hubert, of course. So we'll kill that, we'll play Longship and hopefully get some value off of our Pirate Captains. Oh, we're going to be using the Ale, so that probably means no Hubert is in hand right now for the opponent. That's really good news for us. Ale plus Synthesis might have been enough to actually swing things in his favour in a rather big way. But we're going to be okay. We can always deal 5 damage, which is kind of the sweet spot for killing a lot of his engines as well. Although he has Meave to potentially, you know, make that not too much of a problem for him. And he can give his unit Zeal at the moment, which obviously is a bit of a pain. I think we're just going to shoot here. Our Longship will probably die, so I think we're pretty fine to shoot Meve with it. Last dying shot, as it were. We want to make sure we can get Pirate Captain value. We might not here, which would be really not optimal, but actually looks like we will. Because we've got crack coming up. So we'll go ahead and shoot this guy and shoot the other guy and enable as much bloodthirst as possible for our final Pirate Captain. These guys are really strong when they're activated. 6 points for 4 provisions. Insane. Really, really powerful. And this Selkirk we can definitely damage using Pirate Captain to make sure he doesn't get so much dual value. And we'll see if the opponent has what it takes. Looks like they didn't have it. So, first game we got kind of wrecked, to be honest, by the Elder deck. Didn't have the answers, but second game was a much different story, and it shows you Lippy can work even if you don't play him in round 2, which is kind of surprised me, at least. But yeah, there's a Lippy Goodman crack deck made by Nursubi. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe if you want more daily videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.